What is PWM and RC transmitter binding? Imagine you're trying to tell your RC car or drone exactly how fast to go or where to turn. The way your transmitter communicates that to the vehicle is through signals called pulse width modulation, or PWM. When you bind your transmitter to your receiver, you're setting up a link that allows these signals to be sent smoothly and accurately. PWM is a method where each control channel sends a series of pulses that vary in length. Think of it like a blinking light that turns on and off very quickly. The length of the on time or pulse width tells the receiver what you want. For example, a short pulse might mean slow speed or a left turn, while a longer pulse could mean full throttle or a right turn. These pulses are usually between about 1,000 microseconds and 2,000 microseconds long. Microseconds are tiny units of time, so these pulses happen every 20 milliseconds, which is 50 times a second. This rapid cycle keeps the controls feeling smooth and responsive. In the binding process, your transmitter and receiver learn to speak the same language. The transmitter sends out commands, and the receiver interprets these as PWM signals. Each channel has its own wire and pulse, so it can control a servo or motor directly. This is why wiring can get complicated if you have many channels, because each one needs its own connection. PWM signals are considered analog because they rely on the pulse width to representing different positions or speeds. But they are transmitted digitally, as timed pulses, which makes them reliable and simple. This method is still very common because it works well with basic servos and electronic speed controllers. Understanding PWM is important because it shows how your transmitter's commands turn into real movements in your RC vehicle. When you press the throttle or move the steering wheel, your transmitter sends a PWM signal that the receiver reads and then controls the motor or servo accordingly. Even though newer systems like pulse position modulation or digital protocols can send multiple signals over fewer wires, PWM remains a fundamental way to control RC models, especially in simpler setups. So, when you bind your transmitter to your receiver, you're setting up this pulse-based communication. It makes sure that every command you give is translated into a precise control signal, allowing your RC toy to respond just as you want. Knowing how PWM works helps you understand the core of control and communication in all your RC components.